years ago. An arm that Coach Mike White and staff leaned on quite a bit. Pitcher, you want your ground ball ratio to be higher than that. He said Toomey wants her to be lower in the zone, let her defense work.
Speaking of the defense, unable to get the out. Week and a half of the season.
Arm behind home plate. Texas going to give Reese Atwood a little bit of a break. See what Stewart can do.
Martinez over to second for one. That one gets away from Mitchell. So here we go. Tristan Court, 3-5. Wyatt. Good. On to second. Over to first. A double play ends the top of the.
A little bit higher on base percentage for that leadoff spot that Coach Lacey Prejean talked about relying on this season. She's going to mix changeup. She'll also try to use a drop curve to get hitters to chase.
Knocks down that one for the first out as Henry is retired. One of the best pitchers in the nation, Jessica Mullins, who's top 10 hitter to strike out this season. Ropes one. That's a fair ball. Flying around first base, Mia Scott is digging for three.
It hugs the line, just stays fair, but as soon as that ball rolls to the wall and towards the corner, you know Mia
has jumped right into this lineup as a true freshman.
Reese talked to her about the pitching they're seeing, and
Stewart lifts one to deep left field. Katie Stewart.
Well, to finish that shot, that puts Texas on the board. What a mammoth two-run home run off the bat. That was loud. Katie Stewart, welcome to McCombs today.
Well, here is the now two-time reigning National Player of the Week, and there she goes. Reese Atwood retired on one pitch.
They can rely on to protect Reese if they need to.
Oh, Mike White told it.
Well, you see after the timeout now, first baseman
Martinez over to second. Ragsdale is there. And the inning comes to
up lately. Her batting average increased 100 points last week. She's going to continue to build around in her time there with Northwestern State.
Martinez fields that one away. She was hired last. Here's Ashlyn Walker, the former transfer from North Texas, swinging away and delivers with a base knock. The Lady Demons first of the day. Wall, Louisiana. Winners at a high school like Delafield, who won 3 consecutive state championships and gets hit by the pitch there. So 2 on with 1 away. Last year. Again, in stolen base.
To have to make hurried plays instead of playing station to station.
That's a golden opportunity. That one chopped over to good. Bobbles it. Everybody's safe, and the bases will be school. A huge opportunity for Northwestern State. Lascano chops out over to Morgan. She goes home for the force, and they get 1.
Interesting show of a bunt right there.
See what happens here with the 1-1. Checked over to Mitchell, dropped the ball, and Northwestern State is on the board. Mike White said that
doesn't keep moving through it, but right there you have to keep moving through.
Texas defensive miscue. That one over to short. Martinez airmails that one, and we are tied at 2. On the team as well with 12 walks. Over to first. Mitchell fortunately has time to scoop that one up, and the top half of the
adjustment, figuring out her role and not necessarily in the lineup every.
Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 1 on the day for Seeley. And that was against one of the best pitchers in America, Jessica.
And trying to get hits. Let your at bat happen.
How about that? Back-to-back strikeouts against one of the best offenses in America. Down by your neck of the woods.
Just down.
With patience from Ashton Maloney.
Second baseman is deep as well.
Maloney is going to throw from Walker. And Maloney slides in there safely now in score. Second straight walk issued by Kenzie Seeley, and back up to the top of the Texas order.
She got deep in the count to Vivian Martinez. Texas is going to have to adjust to that game plan.
Henry checks one down the line in left, and that is hauled in by Curtis. Up here in the top of the third inning, Tristan Court battled through numerous injuries at all those positions as well. This one lined out to Dayton. Big win for the program. Cameron Curtis. Washington fields it cleanly. Oh, the great throw from her that nearly got Maloney.
Whether it was this year or in the past 4 or 5 years, but really teaching girls how to win again. And you mentioned it in the first inning, Alex. So many of these Northwestern
2 for 2 after that single. Delafield was hit by a pitch in the second over to Washington, scoops it up nicely and on to first. That's the defense.
With an injury, and so while she was on the bench, she taped very long time.
Where is Bob now? Did you keep him?
I don't know if she has Bob still or not.
You want to test her today. Middle of a track meet. Bounced right in front of one of the runner's feet there, and she delivers again in this one. 2 hits on the day now for the freshman Katie Stewart.
Change up somewhere in the middle of that, a bat able to fight it off.
Certainly improved during the offseason. Skies one right to Seeley. Atwood 0 for 2. In the history of Mike White's 15-year head coaching.
That they needed someone to be the vocal leader.
But over to short, on to second for 1. They make quick work of Washington's captain in Texas history. It means a fall for that. Second and third, 2 away. Mitchell into the gap in left center field, and that will score 2. Jolie Mitchell, the transfer.
Well, Seeley uses this off speed. However, she hangs this one high. She's been locating it low in the zone. That's been to that left center gap. The placement of that changeup was all the difference right there for
herself.
Go back to the pitch before that, the double.
And here is Leanne Good getting ready to face Seeley.
Well, and back to Mitchell for just a second. When we talk about transfer.
Payoff pitch back up the middle. Fielded by Ragsdale, and she throws it away. Jolie Mitchell will come around to score.
Errors plagued Texas in the second inning. This time, the error from Northwestern State giving Texas a 3rd run. Leanne Good now getting herself into scoring position, not missing a beat. You have some days Katie Stewart, if she's not in the starting, her to kind of take the reins as Jordan Whitaker did in her career, be able to be an RBI producer.
Over to short, Escano on to first, and Hunter retired. Northwestern State, 2 of those players, including this hitter, Bailey Ragsdale, singled off Morgan already. That one turns foul. How much of a message does that send to the rest of the team that miscues continue? The head coach won't necessarily stand for it. He won't mind making changes.
Well, it's a message of being able to come ready to play. It usually does. You go in the game.
In the field at catcher and first base, respectively. Getting a breather, Washington. It's been that kind of a day. Reached twice on an error. Sends one into foul territory. What a grab on the run by Kaden Henry on the season.
Well, Coach Prejean talking about how Seeley and Maggie Dar are her 2.
A walks machine so far this year, 13 walk. Drops down the bunt. Denton has to hurry and throws it away. Dayton wisely moves on down to throw from left field. Henry over to short. They check Dayton over at second. Close play over. Scott sends one to left field. Curtis makes the grab on the run.
In this situation, let's go ahead and put her on.
Awaits the 3-1. Here we go, 2 on, 2 away for one of the hottest hitters.
You can have 2 really good outings in a week, and that can earn you the honor.
Lifts one to left field. Atwood had year.
gets it. I'm not going to say she golfed it, but she stayed through that really well, and that clears the fence out there in the grad student house.
Every 3.5 at bats.
Well, Alex, ball guy transitions into the softball game, but very smoothly, and this offense has been absolutely tremendous since he came onto the staff.
And that continues with Alyssa Washington's base knock.
Facing Oklahoma, and you look at Oklahoma, they graduate somebody, well, could be starting. And you kind of buy into that knowing that that's the program you're entering, and that's the situation.
4 straight Texas batters at reach now. Sophomore hitting .263. Gets into one. Leanne going off the wall. 1 run comes in. Here comes Katie Simmons. The throw home off the mark.
White pushing the envelope, sending Katie Simmons all the way from first base. Throw from Lascano just takes Walker up the line. Texas now in run roll territory.
That's right, up by 8.
Talking about trying to get everyone opportunities and keep them cash in as much as possible.
Over to third. And here we go. 5th inning on the way. Texas up by.
She's going to pitch backwards. She has a nasty changeup. Use a drop and a rise.
The season. Swing and a miss. And a strikeout for Simpson. Not a bad ratio there. Here's Tristan Court swinging away. Scooped up by Scott. And the Lady Demons down to their last out. While Simpson looking to finish it off all by herself. Lifted to left field. Caden Henry is there, and Texas has picked up their 7th run.
Was able to keep Northwestern at bay. The defense settled down, but a great opening game here for the Longhorns.
Texas takes on Tarleton State. For Kat Osterman, I'm Alex Loeb. Thanks for watching. We'll see you at 30.